What's up, Flora fam? Steve here. Today we're going to go in depth a little bit more about why it's really important to train on different surfaces for running. So in front of me I have something really squishy, something a little squishy, and then the hardwood underneath us. We want to cover why working on these different surfaces is going to help train the muscle groups in our feet and into our calves, and also stress and load the tendons in our feet and in our calves as well. Most people, when they come into us with running related injuries around the feet, ankles, and in the calves as well, is because one of the two, the muscles or the tendons, isn't quite capable of handling that workload as well as it needs to. When people start increasing their mileage, going on farther runs, and just doing the natural repetitive demands that running requires of us on the road, okay? So if you are going up on your toes and going through some light hops, not super high, we're not getting crazy with the amount of load we're getting into, anything on a hard surface here is going to end up stressing the tendons in our feet and into our calves a little bit more than if we were doing them on a medium surface or a harder surface. So these can all be thought of as like prep work going into your runs or after, worked into your routine, however you want, just to start building towards that goal. So light pogos on a hard surface, keeping the pressure even through our toes from the big knuckle all the way out to the pinkies, going through about 15-30 seconds worth of work, whatever is tolerable. If this is pain-free or minimally painful, okay? And then getting onto a surface that's a little bit more reactive, same principles about landing into the big toe, into the big knuckle, because that's where a lot of ideal movement comes from. Through our feet is also super important to keep in mind. 15-30 seconds worth of work. You should start to notice a little bit more work in the feet. And then over here we have the squishiest surface, an AirX pad, going up onto it. Same principles, trying to push into our toes, into the first knuckle, landing evenly through the feet. I'm not changing the angles of my ankles as I'm doing this. I'm keeping it pushed in towards the inside. 15-30 seconds worth of work, and you'll start to notice that you'll feel a difference between mid calf to lower calf into the feet, depending on which surface you're working with, for certain amounts of time and certain amounts of frequency intervals, 30 seconds repeated 2 or 3 times before a run for a prep, or after if you still have a little bit of that gas in the tank. So training different surfaces for prehab and rehab is super important to work with muscles, tendons, and higher up muscle groups for feet, calf,